My name is Ezekiel. Hope you are doing wonderfully. In today's video, I'll be talking on a Cakewalk Sonar Control Bar overview. I realize a lot of people have been underutilizing the tools that are in each modus in the control bar. Control bar contains the most important tools and other pieces of information that you will need during recording, editing, and playback of your project. But in this one, I'll be showing you the importance of each modus in the control bar. But before I dive into that, Cakewalk just released a new update which claimed pro features. That was on the 18th. While I was preparing for this video, I just saw the notification popped up on my DAW interface. But I'm not going to be going into that now because for a while now I've not been around the studio working. I've been busy working out there, so I've not been able to do the upgrading. But in this video, on the topic that I'm going to be walking you through, I still have some new features that comes with Sonar with the control bar that I'm going to be showing you that are interesting to see. So now let's dive in. Let's see what the features are on each modus in the control bar. All right, the first thing that I'm going to be showing you from the new release that comes that featured with the control bar, here is it. Now that I'm on the workspace, you can easily scroll down to anywhere, whatever model that you really want to see or to work with. And after doing that, if you want to skip down to the beginning or skip forward to the end of the modus, so you can also do that by clicking on the arrow. You see, it brings everything back to the starting point of the modus. And if you also click at the back, you see, go to the last module. Another thing which I'm going to be showing you now is that, okay, so let me start from the export module. When you have your project being highlighted, for some people that has live recording and that recorded each song in the same project. So if you are done with the mixing of each project, so you'll be able to, let's assume this is one of the track in the same project that I open. So you'll be able to highlight this one, and when you click on the selection, if you want to render that one for MP3, it will only render that selected track. Then you go to, we have few format of audio that you can quickly render on. Then others, we have OMF media of framework that you can also work, and then the advanced takes you to where you'll be able to navigate into the proper features in the rendering dialog box. So you'll be able to do the advanced one, go into the select MP3, or you want to render in the WAV format or any of the format that you want to do. And for the dithering, whatever the setting that you want, you'll be able to go into that. On the tools, I'm not going to be talking about that because I already made a video on Cakewalk tools, so which you find up here. So the next one that I'm going to be talking here is the snap. A snap to grid. We have various of function about it. From here, this one is in sample. What this one does, I mostly use this one. Let's take, for example, I want to align an audio. Take a look at the baseline that is recorded in this clip here is not that aligned so well. So if I want to align that one manually, I will select on the frame. So you can set the numbers of the samples that you want. So one sample is good enough. So that's fine. So you're going to see that. So if I just align here and see I want it to be here, you see it's aligned with the other track so well, which is frame is fine for, and you can snap to grid, you can select whatever resolution that you want here. And another thing that I'm going to be showing you on this part is if you right click on the snap dialog box, you see snap intensity. If you don't like the strength of the snap to grid, let me quickly show you before I come back to this one. Let's say the grip is in O now. Let me say a little part here, and I want to copy and drop it here. You see the way it's dropped smartly without being shifted. If you see that, okay, you want to paste anything and it's not really aligning enough for you, you can right click here and adjust your magnet strength from here. So you can also adjust all the extreme and with the flag, so you can also left click on that and it brings out the dialog box for you. It depends on the tempo that you are working on or the beat that you're working on. So if you want triplet and triplet dot, so you can also adjust that. So that the resolution is going to be different. Maybe you are working on 3-4 projects like that. So depending on what you want, so you can select all those buttons. That's how they work. Then the next thing is the transport. So the transport allows you to rewind back and forward, the stop, pause, stop. So you can also adjust the slide here to wherever part you want to preview or listen to. And something important here that I also love in the previous update, the now time is added to the screen information that shows the length of your project. So now time is added, which is going to be counting the bars in the ruler. And from there, you can reset all the MIDI and run and stop the audio. And then from here, by left clicking on the sample rate and the beat, it will take you to where you can adjust your audio resolution and the beat resolution, which is fantastic for us. And also we have tempo adjustment. Left click on that so you can adjust your tempo. And if you want to set the beat value, so you have 8, 1, 2, 8, 4, 16, 32, and so on like that. And we have metronome during the playback and record. You can turn that on and turn them off, and you can also click on the metronome symbol. You can also pre-count the metronome before you start recording. And on the transport mode, so let me quickly show you what we have on the transport mode. So we have mute, we have solo, we have record, we have input echo, so which is going to allow you to do a direct monitoring for you. So you can turn it off to clear off all the input monitoring. So we have all effects bypass and bypass on and off button. We also have solo or all solo on and off button, and we also have envelope offset mode. So let me quickly show you what that does. Let's see, I have various of faders and control. So when you click on the offset, it's going to reset everything back to unity level. We have automation record enabled on and off button. We have clear all automation on and off button when you already done an automation for your project, so you want to clear everything off, so you'll be able to turn them off. All right, so PDC is plugin delayed composition. This one is an automatic which is working underground, because sometimes if you are using the system that is not that strong, so and you already have numbers of plugins loaded on your project, so if during the playback or the record period, the playback may not, most of the times does not or may not play smoothly, so because of the load. But plugin delay composition delays the plugins. But if you are doing a sensitive recording, what I mean about that is that when you apply an effect during your record and you want to listen to the effect you apply in your record and you want to listen to it, by doing that, to be able to hear your effect in the real time, you have to reduce the buffer size resolution, for example 256 or 128, so that it can play smoothly for you off. So dim solo, I already made a video on dim solo, what it does. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. This is an oversampling turn off button. But in this one, I'm not going to be talking about that because I'm still going to be doing a review, walking you through the new update release. So, but in this one, Sonar has made this one an upgraded version. So, which I'm not going to be talking about that. But what it does is that it enables you to use oversampling during your recording and mixing. And oversampling, what oversampling does is that whatever plugin that you use with the EQ and the function, the effect of the plugins is going to double it. If you are using sample rate of 48, it's going to double that 48 to become 96. What that does is it's going to compensate and give more quality into your audio. On the loop module, this is to play back that same section repeatedly, and something of which I'm going to be showing you. So if you want to set the loop, so you can see this on highlight here and click on that. It's going to look that for you. So, which is fantastic. Now, the performance shows the amount of the cores in your processor, the amount of cores utility in your PC processor, and it shows your disk space and your RAM usage. That's about that. Yeah, this is another interesting part here. So let me do like this. The select. This is another function that is much important. Take a look at the way I'm going to be using it. Okay, I already put it here. I come here and I select that. You can see it's automatically highlighted that for me. Instead of pulling or dragging the cursor on the ruler, just click and click on that about palm. Already selected that for me. So that will enable me to using loop easily. All right, so we have A-B selection with the ruler. So this one is going to enable all the parameters function that you may need during your workflow. Punching allows you to record yourself more easily. Let's say I'm a producer and at the same time I'm an artist recording myself, because I can't stand on the microphone there and running down to click on the record button. You understand that? But I can set my playback like I have it here. Let's say I want to record on this part. I want to override this section. I will have to play ahead before I get to the record, and already highlighted where I want to start the recording. So what that is going to do for me is when I click on the record, it's already playing. So when I get to that part, it's going to start recording. You see, so that's what punching does. So it's a good one. So screen allows you to, if you select on the screen, it's going to bring different windows for you based on the function that you want. So let's say I'm click on the one, whatever I have there on the right side, based on the project setup that you have done, and you can revert to the current screen to see what is going on in the track view, and you can see select, go to whatever you want. So that where you'll be able to select, because I don't have much going on this project. If it's other project that I've done, I utilize it. It's gonna bring more details for me of what I've been working on. It's like it's length your project also the way I see. All right, the next one I'm going to be showing you is ACT, Active Control Technology. So this is how this one works. I don't have a guess that I can display this one with, but what it does is it's going to show the hardware interface that you synchronize with your system that you control with software. So that's what the ACT does here. So this one is going to show the property, and this function is going to learn the control interface that you're working on. So we have lock and unlock button. I already made a video that talked about the marker, but basically what this one does is you'll be able to select. You can see the play bar on the roller is moving, so you'll be able to select any part of the song that you are working on. So this one is not a function that most people really utilize. It deals with, most importantly, with the video editing. So if you are doing film score, you have video in your DAW, so you'll be able to sync with the video, and this has different control region settings based on the setting, those that are doing the video editing so much. So you'll be able to select the resolution you want for your video. Then we have to custom you'll be able to save as, import, export. Preference will take you to where you'll be able to control everything on your DAW. So you can you click filter project. Now about mix recall is one of the best tool for every mixing engineer. So how does this one work? When you click on the envelope, so it's going to bring the dialog box for you to say, okay, some say final mix to okay, it's going to save for you. So you can save it whatever you want, and if you want to go back to mix 2, it's going to load the previous mix for me. And you feel like you want to listen to the previous mix you said, so it's going to change that mix for you. Everything is changed. What I need to explain to you, you can reset all the mix, didn't record the previous one. So if you come to this dialog box, you can check what you want Mix Record do for you. Probably you don't want to recall the plugins effects that you applied in your mix. So you're going to check it in or check it out. So whatever you want Mix Record to recall for you, you're going to check them out. So if you want this one, you're going to check them in. So based on the setting that you want Mix Record to do for you, you're going to adjust that here. So that's what Mix Record does. All right, that's all about Sonar Control Bar overview. But if you think there's something that I missed in all that I've explained, that I've shown to you, you can also drop a comment in the description below. And if you're new to this channel, if you're watching this one for the first time, please, I want you to click on the subscription button and click on all notification buttons so that you'll be aware when I release new video, especially on the Cakewalk new updates. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to thumb up for me for YouTube algorithm. So this way I'm going to be stopping for now. See you in the next video. Bye for now.